I'm back home and I have a week to get through season 4. I just finished season 3 of Game of Thrones yesterday. So now we're going to talk about it, and I've read the books. So I'm going to talk about that as well. And I apologize if I'm talking softly, but it's late at night and people in my family are trying to sleep, so I'm going to be quiet. So I'm pretty much just going to spoil it. I'm going to assume you've seen the show and seasons, so I'm going to talk about the good and the bad. So overall, I like this season. I thought it was really well done. I thought for the most part they had a really challenging Densme book to get through. Wall. Unfortunately, they couldn't get everything in. I thought they did a nice job, and like all the decisions they made were justified. I thought everything was really well done. I mean, everything at King's Landing really well cast was amazing as always. Dynamics at King's Landing were great. Um, I was a little on the fence about taking Sardantos out of Sancho's story, but I think it worked in the end. I mean, we have like, because I think I know what they're going for. I think they're going to have him show up in season 4 because you have that really nice moment where Sancho has an opportunity to leave in Littlefinger, and she doesn't, and that was so well done. Like, now that I know that's what they were going for, I'm like, wow, that was a really powerful way to end, have her story end in season 3. Like, she's stuck in this shitty situation she could have avoided. Tyrion was great. Charles Dance is amazing. Like, knowing where his story goes, I just feel so bad for him just because he's such an amazing actor. Um, Jamie and Brienne's story also wonderful. Love the dynamics there. Daenerys' story I thought it was really well paced. I mean, it wasn't always interesting, but in comparison to season 2, where not much happened, I thought it was a much better refresher. The Red Wedding I thought was really well done. I mean, I knew it was coming, but even then, there was this nice bit of tension. Like, it felt really tense and unsettling just knowing it was coming. Like, I'm just saying, they're like, oh no, it's the Red Wedding, and they did it. They went all out. Like, I mean, I think it was one of those instances where it was just as much fun for those who haven't read the books as those who have. So, well, yeah, kudos to the show for nailing that bit. Ygritte, I thought she was amazing. Like, again, I feel really bad just knowing where her story goes, but yes, she was great. Her dynamic with Jon Snow was great. Arya was amazing. I mean, actually, I want to go back to the Red Wedding. It's a really good scene, but it doesn't involve any of my favorite characters. Arya continued to be amazing. I love the final episode where she kills someone. It's like when she stabs the guy. I'm like, yes, that's the Arya I know and love. That is so Arya. I mean, I've been waiting for her to do something amazing for a while, so to see her do something amazing was really cool. The sets, the costumes, especially the effects on the dragons, I thought were really good. Same for the gore. And I also like the transitions between the stories. Like, this isn't an easy story to tell. Like, you have all these plot lines bundled together, and they always found like really smart ways to, for the most part, to transition between stories. But I mean, the only downsides are worse sometimes, where like some stories felt like check-in, like Bran's story, like it doesn't really do a good job of giving reason for why you should care for Bran's story. Like, don't get me wrong, in the book I found Bran's story engaging. I didn't love Bran's story, but I liked it. Here it's really rushed, it's really sloppy, like we're never given a reason to care. Like, because part of it is because they didn't do a good enough job establishing his character or introducing the Reed children book 2 in season 2, and here they're just sort of thrown in there. So if you have read the books, you know who they are, but if you haven't read the books, you're just going to be confused as to who they are and what their deal is and why I should care about them, which, again, like I've seen tons of people complain that they don't care about the Reed children, and that's totally on the show for just not doing a good job introducing them or explaining who they are. Like, everything about Bran's stories feel rushed and clunky, and honestly, I feel like it's just like it feels like season 4. They're from what I hear, season 4 they just do the rest of Bran's story. I get that. I mean, that's one less plot line you have to worry about in season 5, but at the same time, it's like for fans of the books, it's just gonna feel really rushed, and they also just clearly emphasize where Bran's story's going because the show has all the notes of what's supposed to happen in the final 2 books, so they know where it's going. which cool for them, but on the downside for us, for people who don't want to read the books, it's kind of a bummer. But yeah. Also Theon's story I'm mixed on, because on one end it's like I get it. It's like Theon's a recurring character. You want to keep him in the show, but on the other end, it's like there's not much of a point to his scenes outside of him getting tortured, and it does deprive us of a really fun reveal where we get introduced to this character called Reek, and he's really broken and tortured, and we get glimpses of flashbacks of his torture, and you feel really bad for him, and then we realize it's Theon, and like after several chapters, and we're not unfortunately gonna get that now in the show because they clearly established that he's Reek, that Reek is Theon, and I mean it's not bad. I mean the torture scenes are really effective, but they're just a little repetitive at times, and okay, we get it, he's being tortured, and it was one of those things that was handled better in the book, but I guess the show just doesn't. Again, the show they can't reveal that it's Theon because we can just look at his face and go, "Oh, that's Theon." And from what I understand, it looks from the trailer I saw for season 4, it looks like they're going to do Theon's story and Dance with Dragons in season 4, which again, I guess works, and that is a clever way to fill up time because there isn't that much of Storm of Swords left, and you need to fill up time. Plus, plus, again, that's just one less thing you have to worry about when you try to do Feast for Crows and Dance of Dragons all in one season. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, Sam's story I really didn't care for. I mean, it was a little clunky again. I mean, it was handled different from the books, which it felt clunky. I didn't care for it. Sam and Gilly, it's way too suggestive that they're shipping when Sam's a man of the Night Watch. But yeah, that's pretty much all to say. So again, it was a good season. It's just there were a couple plot lines here and there that I felt could have been done better. But overall, the show's doing a really good job adapting the books, and yeah, I can't wait for season 4. So hopefully I can get it done in time for season 5, so I can vlog about it and talk about it. And I have read Dance of Dragons. I am gonna vlog about, it, but I just that would be a vlog in itself. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, like, dislike, comment, subscribe. And this is JStar260, and I'll see you guys later. Until next time, take care.